Good morning, everyone. It's Sid McDonough, IFBB Bikini Pro, and today we're going to talk about the Shawn Hawaiian Classic Show. And then, for anyone who tuned into my tie-dyeing video yesterday, okay, so this is not what I made, but I'm making another one of these. See? So, we'll see how it turns out. But it turned out really cool, so I'm obsessed. So, we'll see what happens to the other one. Then I made something green, so we'll see how it looks. So, let's talk about the Shawn Show. So there were no big group comparisons. So we're just going to look at everyone's photo. And it was like kind of a bummer because some people that are not as well known did really well at the show. Like the person who got second place, Lily. I was looking for, okay, let me look for some of this live because we have the time. We're only talking about one show. So IFBB IG. So there's lesser known people that did really, really well at this show. So I wish there were comparison photos. It's not surprising that Eureka won, but okay, so where did Lily even go pro? Because when I look at her things, NPC, is this, okay, worldwide, so I guess it was a pro qualifier, but it's a regional show. So yeah, I don't know where she went pro. Let's see if we can find anything. Okay, so I found her Instagram. Okay, national pro qualifier in 2024. So she went pro last year. What is this show? Okay. New Zealand. Oh, okay. That makes sense. A lot of the New Zealand shows don't have their photos posted online. Not a lot. I mean, maybe let's see. Okay. Let's look up New Zealand Natural Pro Qualifier 2024 NPC. Okay, let's see if it comes up. So New Zealand Pro. Yeah, so there must not have been photos for it. So she went pro last year. So congratulations. Congratulations to Lily getting second place at what I think is her pro debut. Here she was. Okay, so it makes sense why she won. Really full, not too tight. Some posing things I would adjust, like a little bit too much arch to where it's like her upper body is leaning forward. Okay, this is off center, but conditioning is really pretty. Yeah, it just looks like she's pushing back and like bending over a little bit too much. So let's look at her photos from last week. Okay, let's start with Eureka. So Eureka has been in the Olympia multiple times. At her first Olympia, she got 12th place, which is cray. That's awesome. I think it was 2022 or 2023. Let's double check. I think it was 2020. Oh, Eureka. She was going by a different last name at the time. Okay, is it worth me going and finding her? I'm thinking, yeah. Okay, Eureka. Okay, so 2022 is when she got 12th because 2023 she got didn't place. So let's look at Eureka next to Lily, and then we'll do like back pose things. This isn't perfect because they aren't, actually right next to each other. So let's look at our top three. So we have Eureka in first place, Lily in second place, and Alessia in third place. So when I look at them, it's kind of all over the map in terms of muscularity. Lily is the least muscled person. And I'm getting in her throat because sixth place was really muscular, so I'll pull her up in a sec. But if I'm looking at the three of them, Eureka, I think the makeup could be more glam. The foundation just looks a little too light. Lily's foundation also looks a little too light. Alessia's looks spot on. So when I look at them, I'm a little bit, the muscularity is not the same. So then I think, okay, what were they going off of? Probably shape. I think shape-wise, Lily has the best shape because Eureka's glute doesn't have as much fullness, so it looks a little imbalanced between the upper and the lower body. Lily, I think, is overposing the shoulder a little bit, where her arm is like coming up, so it's making her shoulder super, super dominant. And she's like clearly trying to get her lat to flare out a little bit, which is fine. It helps with hourglass shape. Like I think a Tyler would say, do that less, like it looks forced, but if she just like even kept that amount and brought her arm tighter to her frame, then I think that would be like perfect hourglass shape. I think it would be like what Jazzy was posing like at the Olympia this year, and then Tyler said to soften her lat a little bit, which she did at her subsequent shows like Prague, and then I can't remember the other show that she did. So yeah, I think that Eureka has the most poppy conditioning here because between the two of them, Lily and Eureka, Lily's shape is better, but her muscle doesn't have the same pop. So look at the hip detail, for example. You see the muscle like popping out, pressing against Eureka's skin, and with Lily, it just looks a little bit smoother. And yeah, it just looks flatter compared to Eureka, who's like bursting full. So I think it was probably Eureka having the best pop, at least in this front pose, and hourglass shape that's really good, even though it's not like as good as Lily. And the reason I say, yeah, I already said, like Eureka's glute just is less developed. So in the front pose, her upper body takes over. She also poses her upper body really hard. And I think that's something that with some competitors, I just get, conditioned to, and I don't even point it out because Eureka is always pretty much posed like this in the upper body. It's just always posed too hard. But I do think that's something that hurts her shape. So I think if she brought her arm in tighter, that would be good. I think a reason she does it also is because she has a thicker waist relative to like Jennifer Dory doesn't compete right now, but like even Lily, who we see right next to. So I think she might do that to like really broaden her upper body to make the sides of her waist look smaller. And maybe it does do that, but I would love to see her bring her arm in tighter to her frame one time so we could make like a real judgment on if that is true or not. But I think like, not that she doesn't work on her posing, but when someone's pose hasn't changed despite the fact they've put on more muscle, then I wonder if they are just kind of stuck in something and haven't tried anything new recently. And there are times that like, that I mean, because her pose has changed a little bit over time. Like let's look at 2022. Okay, Eureka shake. Okay, so here was Eureka in earlier years. Let's go to like when she got 12th. She was more open up in her hips, I thought. Oh, maybe she's not. Okay, no, her pose is pretty much the same. Yeah, no, her pose has not changed. She's definitely grown. She looks really, really good. But yeah, okay, that kind of confirms what I was thinking, that like maybe she hasn't tried anything new in a while. And I would have said even back then, like I wasn't making videos at this time, but that she should bring her arm in tighter to her frame. So I think that it's time to just kind of rethink what we are doing there. Okay, so I'm gonna leave those front poses up, and then what do I have to say about Alessia? Same thing as usual. I think this pose is as good as it's going to get, and it does look really good, but her waist is just something that is going to be holding her back from first places. Even when she's been in smaller shows recently, she hasn't been able to get that first place in a couple years. So, yeah, I feel for her. Sometimes there are just genetic things that we cannot overcome. So, okay. Let's look at their back poses. So that's Lily's back pose, Eureka's back pose, and then we have Alessia's back pose. Here we go. Alessia's is not fully posed, unfortunately, so we'll just have to deal with that. Okay, so here is first on the left, second in the middle, third's on the right. So I think Eureka's back pose is still just more poppy than Lily's. I think if Lily had better pop at this show, she could have won, but does she not have enough muscle to get that same kind of pop? I don't know. I mean, she would probably just need to be a little bit tighter, actually. I think she would need to get a little tighter in these lower glutes and then fill out. Like in Bikini, you have to get pretty lean and then you fill up with food, and that's what gives you this like 3D look to the glutes. I don't think anyone in this show has like the real like poppy 3D look that we see at the Olympia. Like, for example, I don't see anyone looking like Maureen in their glutes. Oh, well, okay, let's say Maureen even in 2023. Let's pull Maureen up. Okay, Maureen 2023. Where's her back pose? This might not be a good example. Yeah, no, it is. Okay. And Maureen has like really, really, really good glutes. So it's not even like fair to compare these people to Miss Olympia. But like no one in that lineup has glutes that are giving this kind of projection. So Eureka has the best, but it still is not as poppy. It doesn't look as poppy because she needs some more muscle on her glutes. And that would also help in her front pose. Like having more muscle in her glutes would give her better hourglass shape from the front. So, yeah, because we're seeing like dug in hamstrings here too. And Lily, you're seeing the same problem except for she has less muscle. So, like both of them. Okay, when I say same problem but less muscle, what was I trying to say? Okay, I was trying to say that. Oh, yeah, it's two sides of a coin. So it's like Eureka is really is more muscular and has pop. And Lily has muscle, but she looks kind of washed. Like the shapes are there. So maybe don't forget about my analogy. It didn't work. The shape on Lily, like it is just looks kind of soft and smooth because she doesn't really have pop to her muscle because she needs to get leaner and then fill out. So I just need to abandon that whole thing I said because I feel like it wasn't making sense. But I think at the end you must have gotten it. Okay, and then Alessia, her glutes look really nice and really full and smooth. And then that contrast with like how much detail you're seeing in the hamstrings is just a lack of balance. So you're seeing like the amount of pop they want, but still too much detail. And then pretty much just enough detail to do really well, but not really much pop. And then Alessia has a lot of pop to her glutes and then really tight in the legs. So I think Eureka and Lily are balanced for relative to their physiques. And then Alessia looks balanced in her shape, but the conditioning is a little bit all over the place just because of, I don't know, maybe she needs more development in her legs. I'm not sure what Alessia should do. Okay, and then let's look at 4th place and 5th place. So we have in 4th place, what is her name? Okay, in 4th place we have, Shawn. Shawn? Maybe it's Shawn. I don't know. Okay, so that's in 4th place. Oh, what time is it? Okay, 12:19. I'm going to have to blur that out. Okay, so here we have Shawn, and then we have Rochelle. So Shawn has a really good shape, like really good hourglass shape. I think she could angle her hips away a little bit so we see more profile in the waist, and she would get better proportions if she did that. And then Rochelle looks really good. She looks really full, like she looks as full as Eureka, but her waist just looks a little bit thick and we don't have enough glute here. So I think she needs to angle her hips away a little bit so we see more of this side profile and less of her waist. And then that would make her waist look smaller than and give her better proportion, because right now her glutes look the same width as her waist with the way she's posing. And then my eye goes straight to her shoulder, like she's very developed in the shoulder, and I think the way she's posing her lower body is making that more prominent, because I'm seeing pretty much no shape from the ribs down and a lot of shape just coming from muscularity in the arm. So something is imbalanced here for me. I think posing would really help, and her feet are really close together. If she did something more like what Shawn was doing, then that would really enhance her shape. Because right now she looks super upper body dominant and looks like she doesn't have like that much glute development compared to her upper body. So yeah, I think Shawn's shape is better than Alessia's, but and just going off the front pose, I would want to say like some more shoulders, but her arm is also bent. And so is Rochelle's. Both of them should just straighten their arm and bring it tight to their frame. Because, yeah, it's making the arm look almost like skinny, and it's kind of making the shoulder look shallow, or maybe she does just need more shoulder. But she might not be fully posed, like her eyes are closed here. There was just only like one official front pose and one official back pose for both of them. So looking at everyone's back poses, let's do, okay, so I'm going to pull up their front and back poses so we can see if they are balanced from front to back. Did I just X out Eureka's front pose? Okay, well, here it is. Okay. So here is Eureka front and back. So I would say her conditioning looks balanced from front to back, and that's huge. You want your conditioning to be balanced. Back pose, I think it's just a muscularity thing. Like, needs more depth to the upper outer glutes. And then, like I always say about her, straightening the arms, because this flaring is distracting. It makes her look upper body dominant. She probably needs more. Yeah, probably has more muscle in the glutes. The grooves in her hamstrings, I think she's just that lean there because she's trying to get lean enough to see this glute ham tie show. So she probably doesn't need any more muscle in her hamstrings. They look pretty full in the front. So I would just focus on glutes and then the posing things that I said. Okay, and then we have in second place, we have a Lily, and here she is. So Lily, she could probably, same things I said with her front pose. I can't tell if she's totally standing up tall. I think this is probably tall enough. She has to arch her low back, so I think that's what's going on, like this angle I'm seeing in the waist. And then I would also straighten her arms, and then it's just a conditioning thing. Okay, and then in third place, we have Lesia. And same things I already said about her front pose. I don't really think there's anything she could change. Like, I think this is the most hourglassy she can look. And then back pose, I think she's just not fully posed. I would have her arch her low back more, but I don't think she's even in her full pose. And then we have Sion. So Sion, I think that she does just need to build shoulders. They almost look a little bit pointy, like because she needs more roundness to the muscle itself. So that means more development in the muscle. And I would pull the suit bottoms up in the front and down in the back because they're really rounding up here. And then it's making us see, it's almost making her glutes look pointy because of where that suit is cutting. It's because it's too high up on her low back. So if she pulled it down in the back and up in the front, that would give more of that heart shape to the glutes. But I think with her, she just needs more muscle because her glute is kind of flattening into the hamstring here. It could be that her legs are slightly bent, but I think even if they weren't bent, you would still see that they kind of don't really have that much depth. So I would, bring up the glutes, bring up the hamstring, really just bring up muscularity on her entire frame. And she's also pinching her shoulder blades here, which you can tell because she doesn't seem, she doesn't have like huge boobs or anything. So there's not really a reason that we should be seeing the cups of the suit from her back pose. Typically, like that's just something that I have noticed. So what I would say is that it looks like she's pinching her shoulders together in the back pose, which is also really flattening her rear delts. And if she opened up her back a little bit and straightened her arms, that would flare her lats, so we probably wouldn't see the cup of the suit. And it would just give her better taper into her waist from her lats. So I think that is an issue that's going on with her posing. Okay, and then finally we have Rochelle. So here is Rochelle's front and back pose. So same things I said about her front pose. And back pose, she's kind of pinching her upper back too. I would open it up a little bit more. She looks very poppy. I can't tell if there's something going on with the tan. Like if it's gotten blotchy, but maybe it hasn't. On her legs is where I'm looking. So I think bigger glutes to taper into the legs. So what could she do this season? Just improve posing. You can't really, if she's going to keep competing this season, she can't really put on more muscle. So, I would say improve posing. Back pose looks pretty good. I think it's hard to know though, because she needs to open up her upper back because she's pinching her shoulders together. So I can't tell, like if she opened her back, are her feet shoulder width apart or are they wider than shoulder width apart? I think they're a little bit wider. So I would narrow the stance just a touch, open the back, and just have your feet, like the heel of the shoe, in line with your shoulder. So, okay, there's that. And then let's talk about, I think the reason Sion beat Rochelle is because Sion is just more balanced, even though she's less muscled. Having less muscle did not hurt you at this show. Because we saw Lily get second. And okay. So I guess if I think about it, it's like Alessia has more muscle, but it's just not as balanced. But Lily and Sion both have not that much muscle, and they're both in top 5. Okay, then we have Lauren Adams. So she's very muscular, and she had a lot of pop. I wonder if the reason she didn't do better is because she has too much muscle. And at first I was like, well, she looks like the most poppy, like the most of the things are there. But if we're trying not to award too much muscle, then it's good that she didn't do as well. But I think her conditioning is really, really, really spot on. I think polish could be better too. Like, I don't think these highlights are very flattering. Uh, Sorry, no shade, but I don't think the hair color is, I don't think it works. It might work off stage, but on stage it looks kind of tacky. The suit color I really, really like. Did she change her top? Okay, let me see. Okay. Let's see. I guess I was thinking that, okay, the suit top she's wearing now, maybe this is the same suit. Yeah, okay. Cuz I thought her boobs were way bigger, which like doesn't matter, but she looks like more balanced here in this photo. And I think I'm realizing it's because she would usually like tip over her shoulder, like she's kind of slanted at this earlier show of the season, which makes her chest like really, really prominent. But this pose is really, really good. So I think this is like, she really relaxed the pose. That looks really, really good. So yeah, good for her. Happy to see her looking like she looks really good. So I think the only issue with Lauren is that her shoulders are really, really developed, but they do match her glutes. So she's very balanced and hourglassy, but I think she might have just had too much muscle for this show. She's like, you can see even in her calves, like they're very bulbous. Like she's super, super jacked. She has like an incredible, very impressive physique. So I wonder if she just didn't do better because she has more muscle than they're looking for. I think the polish with the hair would really, really help her. I mean, the curls with these highlights, it's just looking a little bit weird to me. So I would like do a different hair color. I hate to say, but the conditioning is perfect. The tan looks perfect. The glaze, like she's not overly shiny anywhere. The tan looks like very even. She looks really, 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 really good. She's kind of squatting into this back pose a little bit, so I would just straighten her legs a little. Also pinching her shoulder blades, so I would relax her arms a little bit. And part of me wonders if that would make her like too freaky looking, but I don't think it would. Like I think it would be good. So I think she could, yeah, open up her back just a touch. Like you aren't trying to be super wide, but open up the back a little bit, straighten the legs a little. Arms lower on the legs because when they're up this high, it diminishes the lat. So yeah, go Lauren. I think she'll look fantastic. So that's my video. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry if me mentioning Lauren's boobs was creepy. And Lauren, if you're watching, I'm sorry. I hope I didn't come off like a total creep. Speculating about when your boobs looked bigger or not. And now I'm just still talking about it. So thanks. I'm gonna end it here. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye.